Hi everyone, it's Winona from Dairy Barn Art, and welcome back, and welcome if you're new. I have many new subscribers. I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you to everyone that viewed my videos. It really lifts your spirits when you see that happening. Today is Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. I planned on doing this on Sunday, but I just was too tired and I just couldn't get myself together enough. But this is a channel that showcases mostly my cross stitch and quilting, sometimes crocheting, and maybe once I get into paper crafting again, it will showcase some of my paper crafts. I do have another channel called The Left-Handed Beater where I show jewelry making and the jewelry I make. If you're interested in anything like that, please check me out. Well, let's get started before I get too far into this with everyday gratitude. I like to read a bit out of this book every video. And today we're at a quote by Johann A. Gärtner. And he says, "To speak gratitude is courteous and pleasant. To enact gratitude is generous and noble. But to live gratitude is to touch heaven." And then they have a question for you to ponder on for the day, and it's, how is living gratitude different from speaking it? You know, that's a tough one, because you know, a lot of times we talk the talk, but we don't walk the walk, right? And that's just saying live in gratitude. It's like it's a piece of heaven, and your life is so much happier and better when you look for the good in everything and find the good. Sometimes that's hard to do. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've suffered from depression, and I know how hard it can be at that time to find that gratitude, but you got to try. You really got to try. Anyway, that's it for my preaching. Well, it's been a long time since I've done a video. I think it's been about 3 months, believe it or not. Time just flies in the summertime. I was pretty busy in July trying to keep up with my gardens and such. And then in August, I got really sick. I don't know if it was cold or allergies, but boy, it knocked me for a loop. 2 weeks, I was down and out. I basically got up and went back to bed after I had a bite to eat, and there I stayed for the rest of the day. And it just feels like even now I'm tired all the time. That's all I want to do is sleep. I had my blood work done last week, and everything looked fine with that. I went for an ultrasound yesterday, and I'll find out the results of that. Maybe I'll make a doctor's appointment for Saturday and head up to the city. And then Monday I go for my yearly mammogram, as I'm a breast cancer survivor. So hopefully between all these tests we can figure out why I'm so tired all the time. I saw the specialist about my parathyroid gland in the beginning of June, and he said that he needed to do some more testing. And I have called his office twice in August, and they said they'd get back to me within a couple of days, and they haven't. And I'm starting to get frustrated. Like, this could be why I'm tired, because my parathyroid hormone is double the high. I think the recommended high is 7, and mine is 14, and it has been for a long time. But yeah, I'm gonna have to try to call again this week. Then, okay, I was sick and I was down and out and I could hardly move. What do I do as soon as I start to feel a bit better? I decided to rearrange my studio, because my sewing area sat right underneath the air conditioning unit, and I thought maybe that's what made me sick. Who knows what's blowing through the air conditioner? So I decided, okay, I'll move my beading, my jewelry making over to this corner and move my sewing. Well, you've seen how I shop if you've watched my videos. You know how much stuff I have. It's crazy. And I had a little girl come out, and I paid her to help move the little stuff out of the way for me so that I could move the desks. And I still don't have everything put away. And I realized I either have to start selling some of my stuff, or I have to get seriously sewing here. I used to sew when I worked. I used to sew at least 2 hours a night after work, after supper. And I can't even make it after supper anymore. I'm in bed by 6 o'clock and sleeping by 7. Like, it's crazy. My granddaughter Nova came for a couple of visits this summer. She is so good. I just love it when she comes. She has, I call them Nova-isms. these little things she says that I should have been recording since she learned how to talk, because it all started once she started talking. But anyway, I keep her art supplies underneath my ironing station, and she knows what she can use and what she can't, and she goes right there and pulls out all her stuff. But anyway, we were busy in the kitchen, and she came upstairs after, and I came up shortly after that, and I said, "Oh my goodness, what happened here?" It was like a bomb went off. She just replies, "I'm busy crafting." And that was all she said. So, okay, you're busy crafting. But she knows that she has to clean up before she goes home. That's always just been the thing that she does. So anyway, she's picking up all her stuff, and she's jabbering away to me, and all of a sudden she stops and she says, "I think I need a little less talk and a lot more cleaning." I'm like, what? So she repeated it, and it's like, okay, I guess that's what you need. But yeah, I just love those girls, my grandchildren. She'll be 7 soon, and my other granddaughter, Olivia, who is her sister, is 2.5. And when she's around 3 and she's potty trained, she'll start coming for visits, and I can't wait for that day, because I just love that. Love visiting with them. Well, Nova and I made cookies, muffins, and pizza all in one day, and I don't do that. I used to be able to do that, but I don't anymore. But anyway, her pizza turned out the best. She just slathered the sauce on, and I thought she's going to have way too much sauce on, but actually it was really good. But she has her own pizza pans that she makes her pizzas on. Anyway, I was exhausted that night, and I was in bed around 7 o'clock. I try to stay up when she's here, but I just couldn't do it. And Dave's busy out cutting hay and all that, so he's not home until after dark. So I said to her, "Let's get your jammies on and get you ready for bed. And once it gets dark, shortly after dark, turn off the TV, turn out the lights, and take your glasses off, and it's time for sleep." And you know, I got up around 8:30, and she'd done all that. I don't even have to doubt that she would do it, because she just does. She's just such a good little girl. But we had some pretty wild storms here in August. Oh man, we lost the shingles off the addition again, and that's where my studio is, and the vents blew off too, and it rained and rained and rained, so we've got water in the attic now, and the gyprock, some of the gyprock here has to be replaced, and yeah, it's a mess. And then the guys that came and did the appraisal said, "You're gonna have to get everything out of here for us to do that." And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I don't have the energy to do something like that. So my son came and he said, "You tell the insurance company that you're disabled and you need to get people in here to move it for you. You shouldn't have to do that yourself." So I thought, well, that's good. That's good. Because of this, it may affect what I can do with my next floss tube. I'm thinking, my one spare bedroom on the main floor has become a junk room. It's become the room where everything gets thrown into, and it's a disaster. So I'm thinking I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to put everything where it belongs in the house and not just in there. And then I'm going to move my beading downstairs into that bedroom, and I can do videos from there. That's good sunlight from that room, and very good lighting. And yeah, it gives more space up here. So if that happens before this, I can do my videos down there, and it shouldn't upset my floss tube too much. But I think that's about it for my life things. But I do have a couple of Stitchy Kindness mail. I got a really nice little card and note from Barbara from Keepsakes for StitchCon. I had made a bag. I had made 21 bags, project bags, and I gave them away to different people at StitchCon, and I gave Barbara one, and it was so nice of her to send me a card. She would be the only one, though, that would know my address, because I don't think it was on anything else. But anyway, and then I got a card. The lady that won my smalls exchange at StitchCon, I don't want to mention her name because I didn't get permission to. Anyway, I got this card in the mail one day, and I was so, I order a lot, and I'm like, I didn't order this. What is it? Well, she sent me a beautiful card, and I think you can see it there. Yeah. Then also pattern, honeybee sampling. So how do I do this? I don't usually. I'll maybe show this when I show my my projects, my whips, because I do camera down then, and I won't have that glare. But anyway, that was so nice of her. Thank you very much. I know it's been a long time since you sent it, and I didn't send out a thanks because I thought I was going to do a video and I didn't. So, well, that'll be taken care of. And then I sent out a magazine. Last video I said I had an extra magazine, and I sent it out, and I sent out a pattern as well, and to one of my viewers, and well, to 2 viewers, and one went to Finland. The magazine went to Finland. That was pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you've received them, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get them out. And I also had another viewer that contacted me and asked about my stitching cards, and I said I would send her some. I totally forgot with everything that was going on. So I do know now, and once I get my mess cleaned up here, I will try to get it out early next week, and so that you can get those. I didn't just not send them, I just forgot, which is kind of the story of my life. But what else have I written down here? Oh, because this is going to be a really long video, because it's been so long since I've done a video, and I have a huge haul, which I didn't even plan on having. I really haven't bought a lot. It's my monthly things that are coming in. But anyway, I don't think I'll do Blast from the Past this video, but I will continue with the next video because it's kind of cool digging up old things that I had. So anyway, let's get on with our FFOs and our finishes. Okay, as I promised, here is the pattern that was sent to me. Isn't that cute? I'm going to do that with all my bee stuff that I bought from Erin Elizabeth that I haven't done. I have so much. I can't finish all the stuff I've bought in a lifetime, I don't think. Anyway, FFOs. Somewhere I put all my patterns. I don't have any FFOs, which are fully finished items, but I do have a finished item. Okay. These are, I made floss drops, the first floss drops I made, but since then I used different ones. But so, let's see what I have here. So this is Annie B's frog motto. I'm actually going to see if I can turn this off, if that is better. The Frog Motto by Annie B's Folk Art. I picked this up last summer when I was at Keepsakes in Ohio. So I'm done with it now. I can put it away. And I think rather than do draws for patterns that I've used, like to give away, because postage is so crazy when you live in Canada, I think what I'm going to do is when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to give away gift cards for like 1, 2, 3 Stitch, so that you can order exactly what you want. And yeah, it just makes it a lot. You get more bang for your buck that way, let's just say, rather than do a draw every video. Anyway, these are the DMCs. I think it was all DMC used in this project. I stitched this on 36 count Atomic Ranch Tombstone. And there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this up here. I didn't press it yet. I think I'm going to try to frame this myself. Okay, where can I get that so it's in the camera? There you go. I enjoyed doing this, and I think what I'll do is I'll frame it with a mat, a board behind it covered in fabric. Not a very formal framing, just a casual framing. And I don't know why I did it in these colors, because these are the colors in my living room, but this is kind of something that will probably be up here. So in the future, I have so many things to stitch, but you never know. This may come up again and be sewn in, stitched in pastels rather than that. So here's my little tag for the frog motto, and this will go in my glass jar that I'm hoping to fill up someday with all my finished stitches. So that's about it for my my finished. Oh, I also forgot that this was stitched with one thread over 2 stitches. That tends to be my favorite way of stitching now. Anyway, on to starts and whips, and they will all go together because that's just the way I think. A start is the same as a whip to me for some reason. Anyway, June. We go all the way back to June because it's been so long since I've done a video. And please don't be freaked out by my thumbnail. It's damaged. It's been like that since chemotherapy, and you can't put polish on it. The minute you put any kind of polish on it, it gets a big bubble underneath and it lifts right off. So it stays like this, and it's very discolored, and I don't smoke or anything, but that's just the way this nail is. It's just doesn't want to behave. Anyway, so June Whipcos were Whipco calls, and Whipco it's like a bingo board that you put in the squares. You put the project you want to work on or the theme and what you want to achieve, and every month 2 numbers are called, and in June the 2 numbers were 2 and 25. Well, number 2 was Hocus Pocus, and that's a Mill Hill kit that I bought years ago when I was in Calgary on a holiday. And I don't know why I never started it before. I kind of got busy working. I was working away from home, and I just wasn't home enough to do it. So anyway, here's the pattern. I wonder if I can still get the rest in this trilogy. This was so much fun to stitch. I'm not quite done it yet. I've still got a bit of stitching to do down here and up here, and then I can start adding the beads. So I'm hoping in October I'm kind of going to devote my stitching time to well, my Whipco calls, and then Halloween. And so I'm hoping that maybe I can finish this and fully finish it next month. And here's where I keep all my little threads. They're all DMC. This was a gift from a friend for Christmas one year, and I keep it in my Lori Holt fabric bag, so it'll be nice. This is a nice big bag that once this project is finished, I'll be able to put something else in it because I'm very short of bags. I'll put that down there, and then the number 25. Oops, those are my beads. I better put them in there before I lose those. Number 25 was, originally it was something that I had out of a magazine, but then I realized I needed the magazine to stitch it, and I don't know what I did with the magazine. So I couldn't do it, so I changed it to a new start. And I really like this sampler. And I hadn't done it. So this is Rachel Seller, 1882, and this is from Red Barn Samplers. I thought, oh, this is going to go really quickly, right? Not the way I stitch. And I kind of struggle to stitch. This is a 42 count. Picture this plus felt. And it's quite tight. And it's not that I struggle. It's just that it takes time. It's not a quick stitch because of that. And I did something wrong on this row. There's supposed to be a space beside this little circle before the frame. And I don't know what I did wrong because I've looked back and I can't figure out where I went wrong. But nobody's going to know that in the end. But I still I'm right here. So then I have Rachel Seller, age 12. I think that'll go fast, and I think these should go fairly fast. I hope to get this finished for Sampler September. I was hoping to work on a few samplers, but I thought 1 done is better than 5 going. I don't do well with... I have a lot of things on the go, and it bothers me. But here's my stitch card that I still have to fill out for it. These I had made for StitchCon, and then the back has all the information you need to record. And I kind of like that because I have the Lori Holt little file boxes, and I think that I'll put these in there after my projects are done, and I can look through and see all the projects I've stitched on. And these are the 103s it calls for. These are very fine silk this is my first time sewing with silk, so I don't know any difference, but I do find them very fine. And I'm using a 28 needle. It's a Pony brand needle. And I'm struggling with keeping the thread, threaded. It keeps coming unthreaded on my needles keep coming unthreaded. But let's hope that that's a finish for next month. And this is in a bag I got from Amazon, and if I don't get my butt together and start making bags, I'm thinking that maybe I might need to order another set of these bags. But it's a shame because right beside me, if you could look to my right, is a steel shelf, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves of it on it, and it's about 4.5, 5 feet wide. It's filled with yardage. I have yardage wrapped on comic board books, and it's anything that I have that's larger than a yard that's not part of a kit is there. And you know, that's over 300 pieces because I had to buy 300 comic boards. That's ridiculous. Anyway, our WIPCOs for July, August, and September. July's numbers were 6 and 23, and number 6 was Stitching with the Housewives from last year, autumn. This was a club through Fat Quarter Shop. I like to stitch in the small hoops. I have quite a few of them. So these are the threads. They're kind of a tangled mess. They're cut longer than most of the time because I'm using two threads, 2 strands of thread instead of 1. So what I do is I just cut a really long strand and then I double it up. Am I gonna turn this off? Okay. And then I double it up. So they sent the fabric to finish it, and they've got a picture of it finished. Well, I don't think I'll finish it that way, but anyway, here I am. So I'm stitching 2 strands over 2, and I didn't write what this was. It is 28 count thin white pine fabric from Fabric Flair, and I'm using the called for Classic Colorworks. I like stitching 2 strands too. I like the thickness. I guess I can say I like stitching. I have no real preference when it comes to the stitching part. It depends on the look I'm trying to achieve. But I'm hoping 1.5 more sessions on this. Like, that means about 7 days and I should be finished it. But then I have winter, which I haven't even started. And then I've got the ones from this year, which I haven't even started. But we got to figure out why I'm so tired so that I can stitch at night. That would make a huge difference. So number 23 was the frog motto. And that I finished. I showed you that in my finished items. So August numbers were 12 and 15. And number 12 was Savor Every Stitch by Luminous Fiber Arts. So here it is. And again, that's from Luminous Fiber Arts. And again, I picked this up at Keepsake when I was there last summer. Here's the floss. I'm using the called for floss. That's mostly DMC with a couple of weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks. But I switched up the linen. So here I am. So that's what I've gotten done. And I am stitching this on 28 count, oh no, that's not, Savor Every Stitch, on 36 count Fiber on a Wind Cypress, and I'm using the called for floss, and I'm stitching 1 thread over 2. So I've got the border done, and then I've got down the side. Now, this takes a little bit of time, and it's not really, it's easy to stitch, and I think once I get the words in, you know, this wouldn't take long to finish. A lot of my projects wouldn't take long to finish if I could get more than like 40 minutes in a day stitching. Okay, number 15 was Under a Quilt by Hands On Designs. This is an older pattern of theirs, and I changed it up a bit. So here's the pattern, and it looked a little darker than what I wanted it, and I wasn't a fan of the lime green. So, whoops, sorry about that. This is just a scrap piece of fabric that I got from Keepsakes last summer. And most of the fabrics are from Keepsakes as well. Okay, so here we go. So this is the long spindle of the bed frame. And then I messed up. I did this whole row here of the purple, and then I noticed I had an extra space between there, so I had to tear it out, but I wanted to go on with these. Because once you get these done, you do the top of the quilt, there's just the frame of the bed and the words. And it might be cute to do that too. But I do like the colors I chose. And this is stitched on Fiber on a Whim, Color Happens 36 count. So I like that. Okay, September Whipco numbers. I haven't started the September Whipco yet, but I will show you that. I've been busy working on my, well, I can't tell you yet what I've been working on, but except for my sampler, my Rachel Sellers that I've been working on. Okay, so September's numbers were 4 and 11, and number 4 is A Stitcher's Garden by Tiny Modernist. And I worked on this a bit this summer, or it was spring maybe when I worked on this for a bit. These are a little too small, these bags from Lori Holt, for at least for patterns and things. So these are the called for floss, and again they're longer because I'm doubling them up. I'm folding them in half when I stitch. I made this floss drop thing, whatever, the bling. So we've got Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. Those are the colors used here. There we go. I don't like the linen on this. This is 28 count water lily linen by Witchelt, and the called for floss. I don't like it. I like the color, but I don't care for the linen. Here's the pattern. So as you see, I need to do this whole session and then some back stitching. So I have more to do than I thought, but here's the stitch. I just find when I work on like 28 count linen or 32 count linen, I find that the holes are, there's just too, I must have too tight a tension or something, but it pulls, and I just don't care for that look. But I think I bought this from 123 Stitch, and I think I just bought what was recommended. Yeah, I have to try to get this in here. I'm just going to leave it like this. It has to be stitched on this week anyway. Okay, and then, oh, number 11. I think this is my favorite company. I was so excited to get started this. I don't even have my thread dropped. I didn't realize that. So anyway, this is in one of Lori Holt's bags, and I've got a project board in there. This is the Farmer from the Snowman Collector series. I just love them. I love everything about this. I know it's stitch heavy, and I know that, but it's so much fun to stitch. And I'm stitching this on 36 count linen from Roxy Linen, Pistachio. And I love it. I love the way it looks so prim. And I was so anxious to start this. Not only did I not kit my floss up, I also didn't record the date that I started it. And I got a fair chunk done on it. I know it was in February because I went through my videos to see when I showed it. And I remember stitching this at my mom's. I remember starting this here, but all of this I stitched while at my mom's. And I'm excited to work on it again this month. I love cottage garden samplings, and it's a shame they take so long to stitch. Okay. So then that will get me, if I work on those 2 September WIPCO calls, the farmer and a stitcher's garden, that will keep me all caught up on my WIPCO board. I've been pretty good at keeping caught up. I know I have a few changes I'd like to make for next year, because I think I'd like to do it again, but just differently. But I have a few months to think about that. So I worked a bit on, I've decided to go back to stitching days. So this is my Sunday stitch, and sometimes it's my Monday stitch, and sometimes it's my Wednesday stitch, and it just depends on the mood I'm in. This is one of my all-time favorites too. This is The Day by Plum Street Samplers. I love this piece. It's very stitch heavy, like this house is big. You look at this and you think, oh, it's just little. It's not just little, it's big. So here I've got all my called for floss. Mostly DMC with a few weeks dye works and classic color works mixed in. But love the palette. That's another thing that drew me to it, is the colors. And then, oh, I was working on this today. So here I am. Let's close this up. Okay. So there's where I'm at. I'm working on filling in. I filled in the roof. That took a while. I don't mind filling though. Like, it doesn't bother me to stitch a little bit of that every day. And then I'm working on the bricks right now and the doorway. And then I'll work on the chimneys. I'll work on the chimneys and the swoops. And then I think I'm going to finish this border and then start this border and finish that. And then I can work on this, or I can start on the lettering. I'm kind of the person that likes to finish one whole area before I go on to the next. So I probably will finish this over here. But I just love it. And this is on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, which I love that fabric too. That's one of my favorite fabrics. It looks good on almost anything. And this is stitched one thread over two, one strand of floss over 2 threads. And this was my first 36 count. I remember, it's funny the memories you have when you stitch. I remember my granddaughter Nova being here, and it was a Sunday, and I started on this Sunday night. And I remember sitting with her, and we were watching TV while I started this. And this is in one of my Lori Holt project bags. Most of the project bags I've made by myself, I've given away. I haven't kept them. And there's one of Lori Holt's little zipper pull thingies. Oh, I worked in a school for a number of years. The speech therapists I worked with would just be, oh, at my words. Okay, so then when I was at my mom's, I wanted to start this stitch along. Just need to pull this out and turn this around because I wanted to start this Prairie Schooler stitch along, and it's the birds. And I'm kind of like start in the corner and work my way through them. So I'm working on, which one am I working on? I'm working on the cardinals. And here again, I didn't kit up my floss. Oh, Winona, what's happening to you? I'm stitching this on DMC Charles Craft 28 count linen. And it's again a linen I don't like, but I like the look of it on here. And that's as far as I've gotten. Sure didn't get very far. I think I worked on it one night at Mom's. So, and I didn't put it away very well. But I'd like to stitch them all on here, and I'm going to make little ornaments out of them and hang on my, I keep a tree up here all year long, a Christmas tree, and I'm going to hang them on my tree. I'm going to stitch animals for most of the year to sit on the tree, and then in time stitch like Christmas. And well, I have a lot of Christmas ornaments. I don't need to worry about stitching Christmas too much, but Valentine's Day and Halloween, that kind of thing. So then I was up at Mom's. I had problems with my vehicle last month. Well, actually, it started last fall, and my air conditioner went on my vehicle. Oops, that's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. And anyway, so I was up at Mom's quite a bit in July, and I started this. It's Susan by Carolyn Manning. It is a stitch along. My friend Barb, who is Stitch Brat Stew on YouTube or Stitch Brat on Instagram, she started a stitch along with the tag of hashtag CM Remembrance SAL. And it's in remembrance. Carolyn Manning made it in remembrance of a friend that had passed away from cancer, and a portion of the earnings of this goes to the Cancer Society, I believe. Oops, dropped that. So anyway, here is the pattern. And you know, I liked it, but I thought, you know, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. But then I started stitching it on this fabric that I bought at StitchCon. Let's just wait to see what it is here. I'm bad for leaving my hoops in. This is Atomic Ranch Clover 40 count. Look at this. Oh, it's wrinkled. Isn't that gorgeous? That green just sets it right off. Now this here, I have to unpick because I started it from, it should have been started from over here, and I started it from over here. So it'll throw too much off, so it has to be unpicked the next time I go to pick it up. This is supposed to be done on Carolyn or Manning Mondays I'm going to do. But it seems like I've had all my medical appointments on Mondays lately, and I'm not home. I'm on the road all day because it's an hour and a half into the city and an hour and a half back, and then by the time you do your shopping and do your medical appointment, by the time you get home, you're done for. You don't want to do anything else. But anyway, I just love that. That is so pretty. And I'm learning, like, I can stitch fairly fast on 36 count. 40 count, it slows me down a bit. But I love the look of it. And it's DMC. It's all DMC. So I had gone up to Regina and I kitted it up. And got it ready so that I could work on it when I was at Mom's. I can't believe I got to kit some stuff up still that I missed. Then I've got two more. Oh, I kitted up a Satsuma Street stitch along that started the same day. But I like to start at the top left of my linen, so I had to wait for clue number 5 to come out. So when we do my plans, we'll talk about that. My birthday was July 30th, and I turned 60, and it is the year of the dragon, and I was born in the year of the dragon. And I thought I had this pattern that I picked up from Owl Forest that I thought was just beautiful, and it is Star Dragon. I ordered the Owl Forest floss, and I am stitching this on 40 count millstone by Legacy Fiber Arts over 2 threads with 1 strand of floss. Now their floss is absolutely beautiful. It is so gorgeous. But I find that it really frays easily, so I use beeswax with it. But this I will work on the end of every month. And I might work on it for 1 day, I might work on it for 2, I might work on it for 3. We'll see, but that's where I am right now. And then there's my dragon needle minder. I picked up that as well. But beautiful, the thread is just beautiful. And then there's what it'll be when it's all done. So I'm almost down to here. If I get down to there, I can either start up into here, but what I probably will do is go this way and start down into here. But I think once you get into the dragons, I think it'll probably go fairly fast. But it's easy to count. So it's a beautiful pattern. But my back isn't so neat. But I don't care. It's going to be framed. And I am not making anything to be an heirloom. I have 2 boys. I know the reality. I don't even know, like my friend and I were talking the other day, and I told her that I was going to get my stuff framed, but I wasn't going to add glass to it. And she's like, "But it's so dusty," because I live on a farm. And I said, "But you know, the reality is I'm 60 years old. How much longer am I going to live? I have 2 boys. Chances are my stuff's going to end up in a thrift shop. They're not going to want to keep anything. So really, do I care? I just want to look at it in the meantime. I don't care." This is another one of my all-time favorites. Well, not so much this particular pattern, but Hawk Run Hollow patterns. I just love them all. And I picked up Spring at Hawk Run Hollow last fall. And I put an order in at Grace Notes Fabric, and she had this pattern, so I bought it. And I've kitted it up with all the DMC floss. And I started it at StitchCon. I just got the border. I'm starting at the bottom up because of this. And so if I start in my left-hand corner, that's way too much counting to get there. So I'm starting down here. And I'm going to do each square, work my way up. Now I'm pretty sure I don't have enough linen going up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be short of linen. So what I've decided to do is, if that happens, I will sew up to here. And then on the rest of my linen off to the side, I'll sew this. I'll stitch this. And then I'll sew them together after. So I'm sure that I'll be able to do that. But this is where I'm at. This is my Hawk Run Fridays, because I remember, I think it was Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I think it was her that does Hawk Run Hollow Friday. Oh, Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher does it too, I think. So this is 2 Fridays work for me. So. Oh, and the fabric is 36 count Zweigart Golden Promise. And I think that's about it for my stitching. There's a lot, but you know, it's also been 3 months. So probably if it was a month, I probably wouldn't have much to show. And I think I do have to start doing this every month, because this is getting too hard for me to keep track of. So now on to crochet. There is no crochet. I didn't do any crocheting. I hurt my arm. I injured my arm and my shoulder, and my underarm hurts so much that I find it really hard to have the weight of the Afghan on my lap. And it's gotten to the point where it has quite a bit of weight. So that's been put on the burner for a while. And I didn't get any white to work on my granny squares. I need more white wool, and I haven't been down to Minot to get it at Hobby Lobby. So maybe in the next month or so I'll be able to get that, and maybe I could work on that. So anyway, on to my sewing and my quilting. Well, sometime this summer, I don't know when, I can't remember when, I put my chicken quilt. I have a thing for chickens and I have a thing for foxes. But I put my chicken quilt on my frame and quilted it. And I just did big hexagons, and sometimes if I show the back, you can kind of see the quilting more on the back. So anyway, it's been done for quite a while. I need to trim it up and put the binding on, but I was waiting. I bought a Juki semi-industrial machine, and it has a foot that you can attach the binding with, and I'm anxious to try it. So I haven't even set the machine up yet. I just got it a few weeks ago, and it's just been too busy here to even get that set up. So once I do, I'll sew this binding on, and this will be a finish. But I love this quilt. I started this one just after chemo, and it's got some puckers in it and at places because I wasn't sewing my best at the time. But I always say finished is better than perfect, and a lot of those puckers, once you've washed it a few times, you won't notice them because of the shrinkage of the fabric, and the quilting kind of gathers it up. So I'm not so worried about that. Then I sewed a top. I haven't quilted it yet. And I'll show you pictures of these. I'll get my husband to hold them up for me, and we'll do pictures so you can look at the pictures. But this is in one of my Sew Sampler boxes from, I think this was April, from the Fat Quarter Shop. And so I did the flowers. And this is from my stash. The background is from my stash. It's a good way to use up. I've got half a shelf of whites and creams that I can use up. And then there's the bobbin. So I did exactly what the pattern called for, and then I added a border around it. I just felt like it needed something to frame it and also make it a bit bigger. So I pulled this out of my stash and added it. Hopefully by next month this will be quilted. I have the backing ready. I just need to press it and load it on the frame, and it'll take a day to quilt. So that'll be good. And again, I'll do pictures. And I also, at the end of my videos, I always have pictures of whatever I've discussed on my videos. This was a mystery quilt that I did that it's not finished yet. I have to put the final borders on, but I'm not sure if I really like it or not. I don't even know where the middle is. Oh, this is the middle here. There's a star there. But again, I used fabric from my stash, and I used one of the Fat Quarter bundles that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. I'm really trying to keep up and use what I've gotten from the Fat Quarter Shop, although I did fall behind. But I know for sure once everything's done outside, once I get my beading stuff downstairs and my basement set up with my paper crafting and my quilting up here, I will work like crazy to get quilts done. Because all I want to do is sew right now. But it's going to be a couple of weeks before I'm able to sew. Well, on to haul. This has kind of been embarrassing. It really is. I have a huge basket, but I do really well for a while, and then I think I'm not an alcoholic because I don't drink, but I think I'm a shopaholic. I think we have alcoholism in our family, and I think that I just am not an alcoholic because I don't drink liquor, but I am definitely a shopaholic. And when I'm upset or when I'm not feeling well, and if I can't craft, if something is keeping me from doing some kind of crafting, I shop. And it's a bad thing, but I don't do much else, so that's where my money goes, I guess. So anyway, I have a pretty big haul, but it's also been almost 3 months since I've done a video, and I collected everything in there for the 3 months. So grab a drink and settle in, because this might take a little while. So my monthly clubs, I just need to reach back here. So I have my Teresa Kogut. I put most of them away already though. So this is from September, the Patreon. These are really cute. Like, I never have to buy another pattern. I could stitch to my heart's content. But then I watch like Brenda and the Serial Starter, Brenda and Laura, and then I'm like, oh, I need that. Usually those nights I'm watching their Sunday nights, I have my 1, 2, 3 stitch open too, and I'm either adding stuff to a cart or I'm adding it to my wish list. But they really motivate me. And then Choicest Token.
And then these were her coloring book pages that you get. And I don't know what I did with my Liz Matthews ones. I don't know, they might be in the box further down because there's lots. So then I've got my Country Cottage Ornaments, the pastel collection. I've got, and these I get from Fat Quarter Shop, which, you know, when I think of it, it was a stupid thing to sign up for this because I end up paying a lot for each pattern because of the shipping, where I could have just ordered the whole set and had one shipping, but lesson learned. And it's nice to get stuff in the mail too. So this is Frosty Christmas. And I am going to start these soon. I ordered some linen, and I have some linen, and it's a choice of which one I'm going to use for these. I'm torn between doing them as a whole unit. If I do them as ornaments, I might do this. But if I do them as a whole cohesive piece, I think I would like to use the colored linen that I've ordered. And then Lori Holt Stitch Card Set U. So I like these. These are quilty. I think if I do these, or when I do these, again, I think I'm going to go more pastel for up here. Because I have the pastel colors up here. So there's that. And then what else was next? Okay, Lori Holt Mercantile. Okay, this is my last month for Mercantile. This was the iron and starch. I haven't even started these yet. Like, it'll happen though, and these will come up here. And then I got the finishing kit from Happy Little Stitch Shop. Then I get the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Clubs, and I get them from the Happy Little Stitch Shop and the Fat Quarter Shop. So here's from the last few months. What do I have here? I thought I had 4. July, August, and September. August, September. This must be July. I haven't really dug into these a whole lot except for making bags. But I think once I get everything organized, I'll be producing. So there's that one. Like, this is an excellent way to build your stash. This one's kind of cute with the words. 1963. That was the year before I was born. I think that was the year Lori Holt was born, though. So there's July. Patriotic colors if you're from the States. Picnic colors if you're from Canada. Okay, and oh, this is August. I like these colors. And this is like doilies, or not doilies, handkerchiefs. That'd be a good backing. And September. Oh, this is a nice one. It would be a good backing too. I like these ones. I don't know what collection they're from. I'm getting to have a really nice collection of Lori Holt fabrics, which is good because there's projects I want to do. Okay. And then the Fat Quarter Shop is a little bit behind on theirs. They're having trouble getting the fabric in. And so this is May's. And they show they give you a card with the SKU numbers on. So if you want to reorder some of this, you can just type in that number and you'll see whether they have it. So here we've got these are cute. I like that green too. So as you can imagine, after this video, I've got to refold all this, and then I got to put it away in my containers, and I got a day's worth of work just putting everything away the way I work. Probably a half an hour's work for most people. And then I take pictures of all my projects. And then I edit the video, so that'll be busy for me tomorrow. That's what I'll be working on tomorrow. My husband asked, have you been out in your garden? I said, I haven't been outside for days. I just don't have the energy. So again, here's the little SKU numbers for June. I love Lori Holt fabrics. That's just where I am. And I used to be more in reproduction, Civil War reproductions, and like Kansas Troubles and that. But now I'm really into Lori Holt. I really like the vintage. But yet, my living room is more of the like Civil War reproduction kind of Kansas Troubles, those kind of colors. I really like getting them in the mail, though. My husband doesn't. He complains that I've always got parcels, but I said to him, I don't go anywhere and shop anymore. The quilt shop, the local quilt shop closed down. Well, she wasn't really local. She was 45 minutes away from us, but still. Okay, so here we've got my favorite company. Okay, these are the floss for each of these patterns. Right now, I just put them into my my stash. There's no point keeping them tied up with these because I won't get to these till next year. So, okay, so we've got Fabulous House Series. I need to do the barn. We have a big hip roof barn. Ours is white though, but my dream is to get it tinned in the red. And then the lighthouse. I don't know if I'll do that one or not. I'm landlocked, but I do like going. I've been in Nova Scotia and I've been on both coasts. I've been on Vancouver Island, and I like that, but I do like the floating house. I love this otter. I just think that otter is so cool. And then these I love. I'm debating whether to do these on a whole sheet of linen or do them separately and frame them. I can't decide. And here's Sweet Summertime with a nice rooster and watermelon. Summer at the Shore. And Gathering Acorns. Look at the detail in that little chipmunk or squirrel. That is so cute. And then the acorns down here. Like, I love their patterns, but they're taking mega stitching. Then I get the floss legs from both Back Quarter Shop and Happy Little Stitch Shop. So I'll grab those up next. This is going faster than I thought. Okay, Floss Frenzy, Floss Fix, Floss Fix, Floss Fix, Floss Frenzy, and the Gentle Arts. Okay, so Floss Frenzy is Weeks Dye Works, and this is July, August, June. Oopsie. So they're just working their way through the alphabet. So we've got Grape Ice. Look at the variegation on that. We've got Grapevine. That's got lots of variegation in it too. That'd be good for that chipmunk. I love this grapefruit. Like corally oranges and reds. Graphite. Gray. and grasshopper. You know, there's haven't been many grasshoppers the last few years. Okay, and then July. We've got grits. I have a few hanks of grits. Guacamole. Gunmetal. I'm hoping that I can start pulling from my stash and not really having to order too much floss. Havana. Hazelnut. That would be good on that squirrel. And hibiscus. Okay, and then August Frost Frenzy. I should try to do videos every 2 weeks, and then I wouldn't have so much stuff. And I wouldn't have such a big job to put everything away. Holly. Weeks Dye Works. Their flosses have a lot of variegation in. I like that. Honeysuckle. Oh, I like this yellow. Really like that yellow. Hunter. Icicle. Oh, is that ever pretty? It's white, but it's got blue in it too. That is pretty. Iris. That's a pretty purple too. And then Isla Morada. Very pretty teal. So those are my Weeks Dye Works. And then my Floss Fix from Fat Quarter Shop, August, June, July, is Classic Color Works. Oh, I like this. Frozen Margarita. I love that color. You know, I moved, and the colors are coming out fairly true on where I am filming right now. Garden Trellis. Ginger Snap. German Chocolate. Gingerbread. And Glazed Carrots. It's a very faint orange. Then we've got July's. Golden Star. Ooh, that's a yellow. Very primary. Goldfinch. Ooh, that's pretty. This one is gorgeous. Granny Annie. That is a beautiful blue. Grape Pie. Grasshopper. Green Onion. And then we go to August. Hayride. Oh, this is nice. It looks like, yeah, like hay when you first bale it up. Looks nice. Hazelnut. Heather Lee. Pinks and purples. Hickory Sticks. I use hickory sticks in quite a few of my patterns. Holly Berry. It's a nice red. Christmassy red. And Honeycomb, a prim red. So that's it for Floss Fix. I'm just going to put these at my other desk so I can put them away easily. Then the Gentle Arts Club from the Fat Quarter Shop. Now, the easy way is to find out what's alphabetically. Okay, so this must be, I don't know, July maybe? Blue Spruce. These feel nice. Adzuki. Brandy, Burnt Orange, Blue Jay. It's a nice blue. Okay, here we go. Brick Path. That's nice. Brown Bear. Lots of variegation here. Buckeye Scarlet. Burlap. And Bubblegum. And one more bag. Buttermilk, this is beautiful. I love that yellow. Berry Cobbler. Blueberry. Ooh, that's pretty. Bluebell. And Brethren Blue. This is really pretty. So that's it for our flosses. Okay, then we've got pine needles, bitty bowls, which I've only done one so far, but I will do them. Oops, I guess you don't need to see my bills. So we've got July, which they've done a Canadian version for. So that's good. And then August. I should really grab these when I go up to the city for a few days when I have appointments. I could get them stitched in no time. Okay, and then I get my Moda fabric clubs from Backwater Shop. And I don't know which months these were, unless it says on the other side. It says July. And these are Coriander colors by Coriander. These are good for finishing off your stitches too, you know, for backing pillows and such. It's a pretty color. This is pretty yellow. It's showing, it's actually got, it's almost like a peach. And on my computer screen it's showing yellow, so I'm not sure if what color it'll show when I edit the video. These are cute. That's good. These will be good for finishing off projects. But they're also good for adding to quilt projects as well. My little basket I have on this side is overflowing. Now this I'm going to bring back when I talk about my plans, because I have plans on how I want to use this, but we will just look through it for now. This is a rusty orangey color. It's really nice. And then the blue. I am going to have to order some yardage, I think, to finish my project that I have planned for this. But we'll talk about that when we go to plans. Okay. Now for the linen that came in. Okay, so traditional stitches, my Weeks Dye Works that I get, that is a fat quarter. This is 40 count red pear. It's nice. It's really nice. Then we've got 40 count Aztec red, which is again a beautiful color. can't wait to do something on this. And then what else have we got? Picture this plus, picture this plus, picture this plus, picture this plus. Okay, here's my fat quarters from Grace Notes Fabrics. And they throw in a sticker. So this is Marble, which is a nice gray, purpley gray. It definitely has purple in it. Really pretty, really pretty. That's called Marble, and it's 40 count. And then Oceans Apart, which is another fat quarter. And this is a real pretty blue. Really pretty blue. That's a fat quarter. Then I get fat 8s. And they're Picture This Plus 40 count. And this is Jasper. This is pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a little more corally than what it's showing up on the screen. It has more of a coral tone to it. This is 40 count Picture This Plus Bramble. And again, it's a fat 8th. So I think I'm going to switch out. I'm going to do finish the year with these companies and these monthly things. And then I think I'm going to do like Bestitch Me for a year and just try different linens. So this is Vesper 40 count. This is a gorgeous color. I did this mostly so I could see the colors. So if I wanted to do a project and wanted a color and I had to order it, I would know what to order. So this is 40 count Highland by Picture This Plus. And again, it's a fat 8th. This is nice. Look at the colors in there. I gotta find something to stitch on that. That's really nice. You will notice I stitch a lot on colored linens. I like color. I remember years ago, I was redoing my bedroom and my mom likes neutrals, whites and off-whites. And she says, well, maybe you should just go with a neutral. My neutral was olive green and I loved it. This is 28 count Heartland by Picture This Plus, and it's a Lugana. And I ordered a fat quarter for something. And I'm wondering if it was for those little ornaments. Those country cottage or whatever Christmas ornaments, the pastel collection. I'm not sure, but I'll figure something to put on it. And then I ordered Dying for Cross Stitch. I often will look and see what the color of the month is, and then I order it. But I ordered this. I have plans for this. This is Wild Berries. And I'll share those plans with you in another video because this one is going to be getting fairly long. And then I ordered this is 40 count Fabric of the Month from June. And it's a fat quarter. And I ordered 2. That's why, okay. So I ordered this one. That's pretty. And then I ordered it in 32 count Opal Lugana. Because I was thinking I might stitch those pastel collection on here. And if I did it, oh, they would look cute just separate too. Oh, decisions now. Now I have to make decisions. Okay, let's see what's next on my notes here. Okay, so sampler. I have 3 boxes sitting here. I have 3 boxes. I don't even remember what's in them. That's July. This one's August. This must be June. Did I show June's? This is June. I don't remember if I showed June's or not. Oops, I got knocked out of my computer here. But here is June's, the Sweetest Peach. And we got this really, I don't know what this is called. Honey bun strip. These are 1.5 inch wide strips. So we've got this, and this is from Jelly and Jam by Fig Tree Quilts. We got that in there. We got some pins and a pin case. I like fine pins. We got some quilting needles. Oh. We got this pattern to use the jelly bun, not the jelly bun, honey bun strip in, and then you have to add the background fabric. And I've seen it with the mint, and I really like the mint, but I'm going to try using stuff from my stash, so it might probably be white. And then you get the ruler to do it with. So, and plus you get also these basket blocks, and I'm thinking of doing them. I just haven't got to that yet. I'm thinking of using my Lori Holt collection to do that. But that was June's. Here is July's. Oh, that's August. Duh. Here's July's. This one I think is the one I've been waiting to do. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that expired already. I could have got 20% off. Oh. Anyway, we get 2 charm packs, 3 charm packs. Holy crow. It's a really pretty collection. We get this little mini guide that you put your tools in, and I use these for my beading pliers too. I stick them in there. Then we get this pouch, which I'm going to use for my little scraps when I'm sewing. We got the woven star pattern for paper piecing so that we can make this pattern. Phew. Been watching, I think it's Sweet Pickens. I think she makes a lot of these and shows you how to make them, and she did this quilt. She got me interested. We've of course got that basket pattern. It's a little bit different this time, and this is glue to help you with your paper piecing. That is an awesome deal. Like these alone, and then the paper too. Well, and then this and the bag. Like, that's an awesome deal, and I can't wait to get. This is another reason why I wanted the Juki machine, because I love sewing on solid vintage machines, but they don't have thread cutters and things like that. Well, the Juki has a thread cutter, so you could you can cut your thread when you're paper piecing. Okay, and then August 2024, Fables of Fall. So here we've got, I think it's just part of a layer cake. I don't think it's the whole thing. I don't have a scissor near me. Like, I think we just get a selection of it. Well, let's read and see before I start telling lies. It's Folklore Collection by Fancy That Design House for Motive Fabrics, and it's a 24-piece junior layer cake. That's kind of cool. Then we get a small rotary cutter. You know, here that's like over $30 here. We get a clamshell, the Clammy 6 ruler. And I believe this is a Creative Grids, but I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Oh yeah, it's Latifa Safirst SapphireStudios.com. We've got a pen. Or is that a white pen? Oh yeah, it is. You can see it's a pencil. Oopsie, where's my camera? And yeah, it's a white pencil. We got this pattern. And then we've got our basket pattern. So I've got a lot of catching up to do. A lot of catching up to do. Okay, this is, I'm going to go on to what wasn't part of my monthly commitments, which I've already showed a couple. I showed the Lugana and the Dying for Cross Stitch, but I wanted to show that with the linens. So here I'll get on to my, well, we'll do this first. I ordered this off of Facebook, and it's for stuffing into tiny corners and things, so I thought I'd give it a try. Instructions included. They must be, I don't know where the instructions are. Anyway, we'll give it a try and see if it helps. Getting into those corners of your pillows, you know, so you can get them stuffed nice and tight. Then my fat quarter purchases. I signed up for, well, I'll just do it as I can take it out of the bag. I got the Hometown Holiday Lori Holt tin mug. I get the tin mug each time there's a new collection out. I just started doing that last year, so I don't have all of the mugs, but I use them. I put pens in them. I put tools in them. I put my itty bitties in them. But here's the tin mug. I don't drink out of them. I should, but I hate to see them get wrecked. They're hand wash only. Do not microwave. Well, yeah, they're metal. So then I ordered itty bitties in blue, or alpha bitties in blue. I think I'm gonna buy the embroidery design, and I can make these on my embroidery machine. Because I know I'm gonna need more than one pack, because I'll have more than one project on the go. Then I ordered the diagonal seam tape. I used this, a friend of mine at a retreat had this on her machine, and I had it on my featherweight for a while. So I wish that the lines were finer, because when you're talking precision, that's, what is that, 1/16 of an inch maybe there? That you can be here or you can be here. So yeah, I wish the lines were finer. Then I signed up for the Fat Quarter Shop Designer of the Month Mystery. I was watching a girl, and I can't remember her name, but she sews, and she's from Texas. Lauren, I can't remember her name, sorry. Anyway, she was working on this, and I thought it was really, really cute. So I'm behind now because I started it late, but it won't take long to catch up. The next month is coming in the mail. So here's block 1. Here's block 2. And here's block 3. And each month, like the first month, it's designed by Ann Sutton of Bunny Hill Company. Then the next month was designed by Stacy Letsu. And then Robin Pickens. Then I ordered the Mystery Club finishing kit, because you put these blocks inside these houses, and if I hadn't had that, I would have been really upset when it came to finish the quilt and I couldn't get the kit any longer. So here's the layout. So as you're sewing your blocks, you can be putting them in the houses and then sew that row together. Well, you won't be able to do your borders, and then sew that row together. So you should be able to finish it. And look at the fabrics. This is designed Summer House. This is a Bunny Hill design. Oh, no wonder it's so cute. Look at that stripe. So I'm, oops, there's some fabric down there and up here. And then what's this card? Oh, it's just got what's in the box. Anyway, I thought, get that. Then I ordered I'm running out of room to put stuff down here. Halloween Memories. This is by Suzanaki, and this is a Fat Quarter Shop publication. I think it's Emma, I think it is. Fat Quarter Shop. Anyway, it has patterns for all these quilts, but then when you get to the back of the book, it has cross-stitch patterns for all of these pieces. So again, I don't think this isn't on this year's radar because I have way too much to do, but it'll happen. I don't really celebrate Halloween, and I don't know why. I think I need to stitch Halloween stuff, but it's just kind of the cutesy stuff I don't mind. So then I picked up a self-stick mounting board, 11 by 14 inches. What else is down here? Okay, I picked up their Add a Quarter Plus ruler to do paper piecing. I don't know where my Add a Quarter is, but this one's kind of neat because normally you will bend your paper back, and you would use like a card to bend it back over. Well, this has it in here. This is narrow at the edge. So you can use this to do everything. You can use this to fold it. You can use this to trim it. So I thought that was kind of cute. And then, as you know, Lori Holt released a new fabric line. So I had to order the Fat Quarter bundle. This is Hometown Holiday. So I might do a few Christmas projects with this. But the nice thing with Lori Holt is some of these fabrics scream Christmas, but a lot of them just can be used any time of the year. So I've got that. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. So then I thought, like, I haven't got enough stuff to do, right? I thought, this kept coming up on my Facebook feed and my Instagram feed, Mrs. Quilty. So I have a sign across my forehead that says, sucker! No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I signed up for their monthly box. So this is the book with all the instructions in for all the different projects and tells you what's in here. And then you received a ruler, which, you know, if my grandkids ever decide, or Brett ever decide to start quilting, this wouldn't be such a bad thing. Got a, what's this called? Pin cushion. So you can put on your wrist. I used to have, when I sold clothes, I used to keep a pin cushion. And then we've got 2 bundles, and I believe it's the same fabric. It's not it's not too bad in quality, actually. But it takes me out of my box because I would never buy this fabric. Like, I would never buy that. But it's nice and bright. That I might buy. That. So I'm going to try to make a project out of this box, and I'll get the next box and see what I think, and then I'll decide whether I keep getting them or not. Like, there's 16 fat quarters in here. I don't need the ruler. I think it's covered in a film that has to come off, but I don't need it. But, you know, it's 6.5. You can always use a 6.5 inch ruler. And then like I said, this is the instructions for some of the projects. Like you can make this placemat. I don't know how many projects you can make. Quilt as you go rug. Colorful pot holder. That's what I might make, is some pot holders. Ooh, but I like this one. Block of the month, cozy mosaic. Oh, you'll get different blocks each time. That's kind of cool. I thought I saw a table runner in here. Oh, there's the projects there. So, we'll see. We'll see what I try. It says that, what does it say? The fat quarters are worth $40. The ruler is worth $15. The pin cushion is worth $10. And the first of many blocks you'll create. And it gives it values on the items you can make. But the truth is, are you going to make one placemat? I don't think so. You'd want to make more. But anyway, that's just like, you know, Winona doesn't have enough stuff to do. And then dealing with your health, it's kind of crazy. Okay, then I went online the other day and I've been watching Doreen Jones. She's from Nova Scotia, I believe. And so I went on her Etsy site looking for some Christmas, not Christmas, Halloween patterns. But then I found these. And these, again, I thought I could stitch up and hang on my tree. So those are really cute. These, I thought I would do that too. Like just stitch this one and that, but not stitch the hole. And put them on my tree. Same with the puppies. I thought they were so cute. And then animal cuddles. Spring woodland animals. Again for my tree. And I picked up a few Halloween I thought would be cute to stitch. And she gives the instructions on how to sew these pouches as well. This one is really cute. Christmas birds and baubles. Small Christmas. Christmas robins. This is pretty. The birds are so cute. You can even just stitch the birds too. And I think it was Brenda. From Brenda and Laura, or Brenda and the Serial Stitcher. I think they showed this and I went online that night and I bought it right away. I love the colors. And I believe it's NPI or DMC. I might, it's going to be a while before I stitch this. I might order the NPIs and try them out. I haven't stitched with them yet, but that's really cute. And then what else do I have here? I have to make notes or else I just can't. I don't get it done. Okay, I did pick up a couple others, but I think I'll show them for next month. And I think we'll go on to plans. Okay, plans. Whew, I'm getting tired. I'm still doing really well keeping up with WIPCO. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy picking something and devoting time to it. I wish I had, I didn't stitch all of August because I was sick, and it really kind of made me depressed and made me feel like I wasn't getting much done until I got everything together for this video and realized, I did pretty good, but I really want to get so much more done. I want to stitch everything. I want to buy everything. Oh, there's just, it's an addiction. It really is. Anyway, I'm going to work on my WIPCO calls for September and finish. Well, I won't have time this month because what is it already? The 17th. So if I put 5 days in each into this, plus my Sunday, plus my Monday projects, and then my month end, that pretty much takes me to the end of the month. So that's about all I'll get worked on this month. And I try to stitch every day, but a lot of days I only get an hour in, and then my arm starts to bother me, and I'm tired, and things just happen. Stitchy Wendy on Instagram and YouTube started the Stitch Along using the Prairie Schooler birds that I showed you, and I would like to work on that more, and there is a hashtag for that, and I'll put that on. If I can't put it on the screen, I'll put it in the description below, as well as the hashtag for Susan. The first day of autumn, Samantha, the Hugie Stitcher, is starting the Autumn Quaker by Lila's Studio. So I love those Quakers, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to start along. So I printed this out, and yesterday when I was in the city, I picked up as many of the flosses that I could. What I didn't, I hope, is in my stash, but my stash is such a mess right now that it'll take a while for me to clean that out and figure that out. But I hope to get a good start on that, and that'll be just this coming weekend. I plan on working on Halloween projects in October, and I'm thinking maybe I'll start this Satsuma Street mystery. I just would like your opinion if you're still with me. Okay, I picked up this at StitchCon, and I picked up this at StitchCon. They're both lovely, and I guess I don't have any of the patterns in here yet. But this is the floss, and I can't decide. One minute I'm thinking I'm gonna start, let's spread these apart more. Which one do I use, the pink or the peachy orange? I'm thinking the pink right now. But then I look at this and I can't decide. What do you think? What would you use if it was you? Would you use the pink or the orange? And I think I'm going to start that. These are both Grace Notes fabrics that I picked up at StitchCon. They're both 36 counts. This is Talia, and this one is Amanda. Beautiful fabrics. So that I'm hoping to get started in October, but I hope to get back to you early October with the video, and I'm really going to try to do every second week. I think in the end it would be easier on me than saving all this stuff and then having so much work to do after. So then I lost my notes. Denim and Daisies. This fat quarter bundle that I got. I think I'm going to do this quilt with them. I'm going to take this out of here. Anyway, I think I'm going to do this quilt. And I have a gray. I'm contemplating on using a gray as the background. If not, I have to order some yardage, and I will need to order something for that border. But I picked this up. I had a 20% get, what is it called? 20% off at Fat Quarter Shop. So I picked up a few of the Heather Briggs My So Quilty Life patterns because I really liked her patterns. So that's my plan for that. And I guess, well, I've got a few other quilts that I want to work on, but we'll see. We'll take this one day at a time. Phew. Thank you for watching, and if you've made it to the end, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and of course leave a comment. I'm not always the best at replying right away, but I do try to get back to you in time. Sometimes after I do a video, it takes me a few days to kind of recoup, and I don't feel like being on the computer for those few days. But I looked at my stats yesterday, and only 23% of my viewers are subscribed. So I would like to get to 1,000. That's kind of my goal here. And I'll be honest with you, once you get to 1,000 viewers and you have so many views, you can start to monetize. And that is my hope, because I do spend a lot of money, and I do spend a lot of it, and a lot of my stitching is thought of as I want to show it on my floss tube. So I would like to get monetized. But like I said, you have to get to 1,000. So if you'd be kind enough to subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and I'll never ask for money or anything like that. I tend to give more than I receive. But also, when you like my videos, or when you comment, or if you share the videos, that also in the YouTube algorithm sends it out there more, so that it's more visible for people to find. So also make sure that you ring the bell when you subscribe. You can choose to off to the side where you subscribe, there's a bell, and you can choose to have it for all notifications, or none, or just some. Set it for all, because I don't do very many videos, and that way there, when a video comes up, you'll be notified. I guess that's it, everyone. I wish you all lots of love and happiness until we meet again. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.